Got a 17.67 Powerstroke. Got the battery light coming on. So we're gonna run through some quick troubleshooting on how to kind of narrow this down. A lot of times get that on and it might not be just the alternator. So you got 3 wires come into the harness. Here's the harness that goes in the alternator. It's already unplugged. And then, so we're gonna start before we start pinning out on the PCM. Just kind of quick, right out of the get-go. You got your fuse box up here on the passenger side. Check continuity. We're gonna check voltage. Right now I already have it plugged in voltage-wise, getting 8 volts, just to kind of show where we're sitting at for battery. Just touching batteries, we got 11.9 on the battery as it sits right now. So right there is kind of showing there might be a problem. I'll show you kind of how to do a ohm out check on that wire and which pins go in what. So unplugged from the alternator here, you're gonna have your far right. These little needle probes are nice. You don't want to force them down in there too much just to spread the pins out, but we'll put that in like so. So this will be, if you're looking at the plug with the top lock on there, to your right. We'll come over to the thing. You can do it with the fuse in or out. It's just if you can get, if it's got little metal tabs on the top. Sometimes you can just sneak right on top there, kind of like so, and get your readout. This one is showing a little high. Yeah, and like I said, we'll go through and you can kind of verify that with doing actual power going across it. I can show you that. So like I said, this one already has kind of low voltage, and just to kind of show you, there is also a key on terminal on this side. If you go here, you should have key on power. So all the way, get my light. All the way to the left now. There it goes. And you can just see the battery. Battery's disconnected on both of them. I'll kind of show you how to do that pin out on the PCM here. We will take off this harness, and we are going to do. Let's see. It's going to be the 4th pin in 14. On this top row here, we'll go 4 in. So once again, the little needle probes, you can be 4 in on the top row. That'll correspond to the all the way left pin on the alternator harness. And just to kind of show what that's sitting at, about 4 ohms. So we'll go through and do the middle pin, which will be 53 on the harness side. There is the probe on 53, and it's off the top, second to the top or bottom, 3 in. We'll go over here to the plug side, and we're gonna do, this will be the middle. And right there, you're still sitting at 4 ohms. So, like I said before, the hot wire coming in from the fuse panel over there was 6, almost 7 ohms, showing some resistance kind of on that. And that is how the alternator picks up the sense. So we're going to do a wire harness, find where it kind of maybe is a good point to come into. I'm going to actually use weather packs and just create a new harness so that this doesn't rub out again somewhere down the future, and make a better routing for it. So we are on the passenger side. You can kind of see I already got some of these wires pulled out of these little plastic carriers, the kind of protectors. They do have zip ties that kind of loop in there and hold everything down. Looks like this one's already maybe been spliced at one point in time, so I'm going to cut all 3 of these wires actually and ohm them out just to make sure from this point up is good. If it checks out good, we'll put our weather pack in right here and create a new wire harness all the way up in its own wire loom, just to kind of help protect that, because they are just kind of laying freely. You can go on the driver's side. Yeah, you might not be able to see it much, but they kind of are just laying in there. They do go in and out of wire loom like that, but there is definitely points where they could be damaged. So yeah, I'll show you how that all looks out. So at this point, you might need a second person to, if I got the voltmeter, got the one end stuffed into the fuse slot that is active with this wire. My voltmeter, I got a detachable head, so I can keep it down here and keep an eye on it. But like I said, that one was sitting through the harness. We were at like 0.65, 7 ohms. Where the splice, or where I cut it, we're sitting right around 0.3. So from there on up, it's telling me that the wire harness is good. I actually did finding kind of the corrosion spot. It's hit and miss trying to find. There's so many possibilities and little nicks, but there is a spot right there. You can kind of see the corrosion coming through the wire. That was more than likely one of the spots that was causing issues. So yeah, we'll put the weather pack on there, start pulling this old wire out. Don't like leaving. Alright, so we got the weather pack in, the connector there. So keep on going for the harness. Let's see what it looks like. This just one wire for now, because it just dropped it, but tied it off down below, right next to that wire connector that I just put in. That'll give me my length, and then I'll get the other 2 wires bundled up together and make a harness to come up here. And then for out of the alternator, just made a little pigtail, so that'll go into the alternator, and that'll be the next connection for the, just dropping everything, for the new harness.